Convict, you've been my mobile phone provider for many, many years. I went to London twice in December, but you fucking ripped me off with the data. 1,500 crowns, motherfuckers. I just opened the email before this stream. How are you doing? Yeah, I just looked at the emails, and my 2 trips to London, I was willy-nilly using the data, thinking, how expensive can it be? 150 fucking quid, man. Deliberately done to punish the EU, punishing people because of Brexit. That's what it is. I can't understand. The infrastructure is there, but still, look at my eye. It looks still fucked after last week. Bit of an old bit of fucking conjunctivitis, aka pink eye. Someone farted into my eye when I was asleep. Oh, Cousin Carmine, Joel Dude, Sean O'Riordan, Merry Christmas to you too. Shawnee, yeah, 150. Fucking rip off, man. Chris J. Behind all the tinsel and decorations, there's bad lads out there. Sunshine and Barley and Hash, Viper, that's the one, hey. Yeah, I mean, just right before Christmas, man. Bastards. Like, why do they have to charge so much? That's what I don't understand. Like, what's the Leo Nolan? How you doing, lad? I don't understand why is it they had to just go, right, we can't have the EU roaming thing, even though that was a roaming thing with EU. Fair enough. But if the infrastructure is there, like, what difference does it make? You know what I mean? Why did they have to do away with that? They're still in the UK, or they're still in Europe. It's just spiteful fucking shit, man. Look, I'm Brexit. Don't know much about it, really, to be honest with you. Don't care. Like, it's not my problem, but until it is, and it was my problem. Dirk could have taken your money, said Joel Dude, bastards. Yeah, Sean, exactly. The infrastructure is there, and there's no extra cost to them per se. Yeah, you're right. Starlink would make it free. Ooh. Yeah, but I was doing a lot of watching videos, and it was even the conversations were about 279 crowns, which isn't that much. Like, okay, 30 quid. But when I saw the extra, like, 90 quid, I was like, fuck me, man. It's not right. It's not right. I got done when I was going to Mexico as well, because I had the data was on. And as soon as, like last April, on the way to the States, and as soon as I went into the airport, I just, like, the phone came on, and whatever updates were running on the phone automatically, it was just like, ding, you've used all your data. That was 80 quid, but this is like fucking twice as much. I won't dwell on it. Bastards. Have you got a beer or a hot milk? I have a spicy Bloody Mary, and I had a White Russian. Drank that before the fucking jobby. Tabasco and Arizona Gunslinger. How are you all getting on anyway? What's the crack? It's Christmas time, and happy Christmas to you all. And thank you very much for that, Shawnee, and for the super chat there. You are a very kind gentleman. I appreciate that, my man. We Christmas touch Reno. Be nice to get over to Chicago at some stage next year. We'll do an old show, man. Play some tunes down in fucking Chicago. Thank you very much. CJ93. Maloney, you're a fine shape of a man. Is it gym work, good genes, or a bit of both? I've done absolutely no gym work for the past 2 months. This is the longest, but thank you for saying. This is the longest I've gone without actually doing exercise, which I've got to get back into in the new year. The handbrake is off. It's Christmas. It's Christmas Eve again on Maloney's Digest. A young man asked me, was it jeans or exercise? And then I told him I've been awful lazy. I'm getting old now. The testosterone levels have dropped. I might just go and take some steroids. They've got steroids you can inject. You can take them as pills. You get lots of muscles and sometimes spots. You get really cranky if you're on the beer. You might start fighting and something rhymed with beer, and I nearly said it, but can't say it. Hello, Missy. How are you doing there? Oh, the jingle jangle. Graham Russell, good evening to you, sir. How do you do? I hope you're all right and you're doing very well this festive season. Shana Nullig to you and yours over there in Dublin here. Dublin, which is called Dublin, Blackpool, and apparently it's where the Vikings came, yeah? And they started up a township in Dublin, the Blackpool, known as Dublin now, and they brought trousers to Ireland, so a little bit of fucking boom boom 43 here. Talking to you today on Twitter, throwing ideas my way. The crack was 45 99123. Good days, good days. Jack lad, how are you getting on, sunshine? I always come on completely unprepared. Have you done the fucking shopping, man? It's the pressure of shopping, buying people gifts, and making sure there's plenty of food in the house, and all the other stuff that goes with it. You know what I mean? I hope you've all got it done. Get to mass. I haven't been to mass for a long time. My mother would be like, get the kids to mass for Advent. If you have a car now, there's no excuse. We were actually one Saturday night, we're about to go into the church, and then we bailed. We drove past it accidentally, and we found it. We still bailed. We would have been best off going in, but it's all in Swedish. And mass can be boring enough in English. Never mind Swedish. Shawneen says, midnight mass hits different when you half cut. I'd say you get well into it. Two lads I knew from college, Dylan and Paddy, won't mention their second names. They went into church off top of Gardner Street, like Dorset Street, on pills one morning, and they were like really into it. It was a bold move, man, to go into mass on pills. They were like, when it came to the shaking hands, there was a lot of vigorous handshaking and hugging it out even being done, and they were invited back. Let's make up new lyrics to the 12 Days of Christmas, says Missy. What's the ear to that song again? On my first day of Christmas, my true love said to me, get the fucking pints in, get the fucking pints in, get the fucking pints in now. On the second day of Christmas, my true love said to me, get the fucking dust in, get the fucking dust in, get the fucking dust in me. On the third day of Christmas, my true love said to me, get the chats in, get the chats in, get the chats in, I'm off me gee. On the fourth day of Christmas, my true love said to me, get a bottle of Jaeger, get a bottle of Jaeger, and a can of Red Bull. On the fifth day of Christmas, my true love said to me, get me some Bucky, get me some Bucky, the good stuff in the brown bottle. On the sixth day of Christmas, my true love said to me, get me some Bernard fucking chicken Kiev, mini Kievs. Mo, who was the chicken mini Kievs guy? Bernard Matthews. Yeah, Turkey, sorry, yeah. I was going to say Bernard Manning's mini Kievs. On the seventh day of Christmas, my true love said to me, get some mini Kievs from Bernard Matthews, not to be confused with Dave Matthews Band. On the eighth day of Christmas, Shawneen said to me, get me a six-pack, Clonakilty sausages in the ghee. On the 8th day of Christmas, Jimmy said to me, ah, 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 ah. Yeah, I mean, it goes on till 12 anyway. You know, just keep doing this. Bring back the Schlabber Guinness in, out from the cold, out the back. Oh. It's the good thing about when it gets cold here in Sweden. Your fridge space can be utilized by just leaving stuff out the back door, especially cans, man. Oh, can me up and let me off. Melody Pugh, how are you getting on? Happy Christmas to you too. All the way up there in Yorkshire. Graham Russell, how do I give you a bit of a touch for Christmas? Have you given me many laughs this year? Send me a PayPal. Down there, lad. Graham Russell, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Especially after getting fucking sham-fisted by the baddies there on... I wouldn't blame Convict because they're very reasonable. Very reasonable in terms of their pricing. But if you go down there at the bottom of the screen, paypal.me/Maloney's Digest. Touch obliged, Graham Russell. Touch obliged in the heat of the night. Yeah, touch obliged, lads. Chris J, thank you very much. Lovely stuff. How much money would the 12 days of Christmas cost now? Oh, you don't want to know, Sean. It's really crazy. Sweden has just turned into an absolute rip-off lately. I'll give you an example. So you have this chain store, yeah, from Germany called Lidl. Some people call it Lidl. And I used to buy these sausage strings, and it was about 14 crowns. They have gone up to 29 crowns, and that's just one out of many things I've noticed. And these are small things. Imagine what it's like if you want to buy a new car. Durkin, I'm inside her. There's nothing you can do about it. Have to go, man. Wishing you Merry Christmas and prosperous 2024. Peace and love. Cheers, Shawnee. You're a good fucking skin, man. Hopefully I'll see you in the new year. Yo, Skyline is gone, boy. Oh, she was a nice touch, man. Oh, please help me out. There's a lot to be said for Bloody Mary. It's kind of like food and a drink. Yeah. 5 golden rings would be costly. Oh, you're talking about Audis and that. So there's no link off that, isn't it? Let me see the Graham Russell lad. Will that work? Don't be fucking giving it straight to Google. Bastards take a good 30% of it. The bastards. Well, still, at least they're sticking to the account for fuck's sake. PayPal /Maloney's Digest. That might be the touch. A touch too much. Tell you one thing, I absolutely leathered that in Tabasco and Gunslinger hot sauce where my lip is burning afterwards. But that's what I did. I leathered it. 1 year 5 a day to boot. I tell you one thing, you're not wrong. Nish Panisar from EastEnders. He's hilarious. A madman. Because his wife has left him. Licking stamps. God, that's spicy shit, man. They gotta get more of it though. It's temporarily quenched by the coolness of the icy drink, but then it kicks in. One of the funniest commentaries I heard was you and Buzz talking about the boys' dreams at the JCB factory. Yeah, I played that last. Did you see that last week, Chris? God Almighty! I really laced that. I was going to put. I was actually gonna put in Carolina Reaper, and I thought that would just be beyond my pale skin, and just as well I didn't, because the 15 shakes of Tabasco and 15 shakes of the Arizona Gunslinger hit the mark all by itself. Cheap lipstick. I tell you one thing, fucking blushing it out, man. Lushing it out and blushing it out simultaneously. Do they know that it's Christmas time? A touch ignorant? Well, actually, I touched on this in the Howdy book bit that I need to finish. It's done. There's a lot to it. I could read you an extract of it, being it's Christmas time. Oh, good Lord, the heat off this thing. Really wish I hadn't looked at my emails until after the fucking stream, because I'm still pissed off about that. Cunts. Do they know? Okay. So I'll go from here. Fucking billionaires complaining there's a shortage of luxury mega yachts, while the rest of us can barely afford to keep the roof over our heads. I'll get stateside after them. That lad's madder than Jack Nicholson's left tit. He needs loading up with a bottle of Jameson, a rock of crack, before being dropped out of a helicopter inside a capsule like the T-90 from Resident Evil 2, thrown deep into Bill Gates' complex, armed only with a pool cue and a novelty dildo, designed to bludgeon anyone foolhardy enough to stand in his way. Only then, after he has bestowed the hardest of justice upon all a sundry, he can have it at it in the kitchen. That man can eat, man. I saw him polish off a 24-inch MSG-laden Chinese munchie box in 11 minutes before going off uptown to eat a chicken fillet roll from Eurospar. Evil bastards, man. Hoarding all the wealth to themselves, while the rest of us are fighting to the death over loaves of bread at a food bank. UK's Christmas #1 single in 2022 came from a married couple known as Lad Baby, a byproduct of those stupid fucking days where both the word Lad Bible and the word banter were constantly clogging up my Facebook feed, often with subparallel viral videos destined for dullards and compulsive scrollers. Shite videos stolen from the original creators, repurposed umpteen times, only to feature massive laughing emojis, big yellow round faces plastered all over them, the equivalent of visual canned laughter. That's what that is. The kind of shite that boomers would send to each other on WhatsApp. Well, anyway, Lad Baby will do anything in the endless battle for attention, so he decided to release another Xmas #1 to stay relevant. His latest offering was a cover of Band-Aid's 80s classic, Do They Know It's Christmas? A rhetorical question inferring that famine-struck Ethiopians were too preoccupied with dying of starvation to celebrate the birth of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Things are now so destitute in the UK, thanks to the grifting bankers and their snivelling droids in the shit House of Commons, that people can't pay the bills or buy food. Lad Baby got in on the action in a bid to pander to the unwashed masses, thus coming across as some kind of comedy saviour in a bid to appear as the champion of the downtrodden, lad of the people, if you will, a simple man of humble means that lives off sausage rolls, which was a theme of his previous Christmas #1. So there was a bit of fucking chat about him being done there. Red painted snail paint. Bloody dentist, says PHS.44. I was at the dentist today because a crown had come off my tooth a few days ago, which I ended up temporarily super gluing the bastard back in because I'd be eating food and I managed to put it back in, and I'd be eating some like beef or chicken, and next thing it'd come out, then I'd end up eating my own tooth. Very fucking dangerous. I ruined my teeth as a kid. I should sue McGowan's, the toffee makers, round trees and Skittles too, and the motherfuckers that made Chewits. Don't forget the Wham bars by McGowan's. What can you do, lad? What can you do? Big Sugar pushing the dodgy goods. Big Sugar, yeah, they really do. Big Sugar crushing your dodgy goods. As a kid, I really lapped that shit up. As an adult, I love to drink. Trying to go easy on my liver and spleen and the pancreas in a tangerine dream. But it's Friday night, I'm on the live stream. I gotta have myself a little bit of tangerine dream. Good stuff, guys. Morchin O'Brien. What's the crack in Iraq? Crack in Iraq, man. Fallujah jobs. Never stopping. Don't come knocking if you see the gaff rocking. It's rocking too much. Call the fucking guards. That's all I say, man. Very good. Have you got any questions about things in current events we can talk about? I always come unprepared, man. It's just my way. It's just my way. I'm sorry about that. You know how, like, we always get around to it anyway. I should basically cut out the snippets of the best bits of, like, Jimmy Dore, and then put them up with, like, shocked emojis and be like, you'll have no idea what will happen next. Thank you very much, Martin. Marcin. You don't hear the word pancreas in enough songs. Pancreas. Turning my insulin, sugar into insulin tonight. Not that I don't want it to, but talk to me about my pancreas. Dylan Edwards asks, appropriate to have a bottle of Baileys at 7 a.m. on Christmas? Oh, well, yeah. Well, that's like the most appropriate time to have it. You know what I mean? It's like 7 a.m. It's Christmas Day. It's Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. Either way, you've got it. The handbrake is off. The year is nearly over. And we're pretty much going to be at the same position we're in, like, after Christmas. Do you know what I mean? But there's a weird thing that when you come to the new year, it's like, the year's over. Fucking handbrake off. And Sean would say, oh, to my gallbladder, do not go into that good night. Do not gentle go into that good night. I was Uncle Mick doing, he's all right, man. He's all right. He's fucking flying it, man. He's traveling around the world from London to the Bay. 7 a.m. is 5 p.m. somewhere. Quite right. It is indeed on the other side of the planet. It is indeed. Kevin E. Moran, well, Buck, happy Christmas. Bottle of Buckfash, Christmas morning. Oh, Kevin E. Kevin E. He works so hard up in Donegal. Kevin works night shifts. God knows what lunatics he meets. God knows what lunatics he meets in Ballyshan. Kevin E. Moran, he's fucking sound. We grew up in the same estate out the Ballina Road. Kevin E. Moran, sound as a fucking pound. Sean Thornton, Shawnee Thornton, he likes it spicy. Shawnee Thornton, have you seen my timeline on Twitter lately? Dr. Eli David, he's a fucking Zyotard, man. Oh, don't talk about them, please. Can't do it, won't do it, don't care, no fucking more. Who owns the NGOs, the subversive elements, funded by the taxpayers? Dodgy fuckers pushing pencils, pushing agendas up your fucking bum. Yeah. It's a song there called NGO Pencil Pusher. Oh, yeah. It's been a while, boys. It's been a while. LG, happy Christmas to you and yours too, mate. It's nice to be on the stream. It's nice to be on the stream. We did I think probably I broke the record for the longest stream, which is about 4 hours and 20 minutes, 4:20. Good time if you're living up in Chicago or Phoenix or New York. I put the guitar down for a while. Apparently, Epstein's client list is going to be three was successful in not getting the names on it. Is it a nothing burger or is it going to be a spice burger? I don't know. I'm hoping it's going to be very spicy. There's a lot of slags running the world, man. Bad bastards, man. The baddest bastards. We're good lads. We're regular fucking run of the mill fucking peasants. Do you know what I mean? We're a bunch of peasants. But blessed be the poor, for they are rich in spirit, as the boss man said. And I think I'd probably be a tosser if I was like some sort of millionaire, billionaire. Do you know what I mean? You just lose touch with what the hell's going on. Do you know what I mean? You look at Andrew Tate, and the Bugattis and all that. The guy lives in a fucking cyber world. Don't know much about him. I don't mind him particularly too much. I think he's a good counterbalance to all the soft shite that we had to deal with over the last 7 or 8 years. You're fucking dead right about that, Melody. Hey, you're fucking dead right. I don't really know what to talk about though, to be honest with you. My mind's kind of gone blank. I've had a pretty decent week of it. Getting the shopping in. Getting a couple of guests over on Christmas Day, and yeah, just it would have been nice to go home just because all my family are going to be together. And if I was back with my kids, it would have been the first time all the kids would have been together in the same place. But unfortunately, that's not to be this year. Democracy Manifest says, if me granny had balls, she'd be fucking boring, hey. And you're not wrong there, hey. Spicy Twitter chat these days. The Epstein list won't have a well-known name. It'd probably be someone like Keith Lemon. Are you cooking? No, it's not. I'm not cooking now. But I probably lend a claw. I've double booked myself as well, so I have to have a chat with my compadre Alan and figure out what the best course of action is. But I think I will see him on New Year's, so I need to give him the call and change plans. That's the no, hey, that's the fucking caper. No, Christmas dinner, not Heisenberg. Oh, some of that fucking Scante 11s after you. Yeah, what has been happening recently? I mean, personally, there's a bit. We had about like a foot of snow that melted in the space of 2 days, and then it was just like cold and boring, and then it started lashing it down with rain, and that rain turned to snow. We've had about 13 centimeters of snow today. It'd be nice if it stuck around for the Christmas, so it looked like the idyllic Christmas cards. That would have been a nice touch. Whenever the mainstream, how about the Pope blessing gay weddings? Fair play to him, man. I'd say the Pope is in the closet with muscle-bound Tom from Finland leather gays that have like huge muscles and very tight clobber and handlebar mustaches, and he's knocking around with them in a marble closet, and it's just lads fucking spraying each other down with like Johnson's baby oil. Say that's what's going on in there, like just in time for Christmas. Whenever the mainstream media puts out anything, it's usually a nothing burger. Well, you're fucking dead right about that. What do I think of the Copperberg stuff? Well, Jack lad, interesting you asked, because when I first came here, I saw the percentage of alcohol volume was quite substantial. But it's you're drinking, I'd say a quarter of it at least is pure sugar. That's all right, does the job. Actually, these I did drink the Copperberg Naked Cider. No, that's not too bad. And there's another one called the Copperberg 7%. And Rodney fucking Dullahan, he calls them the bullets, man, the bullets. And they're good. They're not bad now. But I remember they did have the 7.5 Copperbergs in Ireland for, I think, a week. And they just had to go. You know, there were two. Couldn't be fucking giving people 7.5% drinks at a price that was fairly reasonable. But what was this? There was a German bishop who rode a lad so hard at an orgy, the poor fella passed out. Wow. Men of the cloth. But they always, like, some people say, why are there so many pedos in the Catholic Church? But I remember asking my mother about this. She said, they put the weird ones into the priesthood, the ones who had no interest in the women. So that was what my mother said. But there's an awful lot of you see, it's you know, I was brought up a Catholic, but it's doesn't really help the cause when there's a lot of mad shit happening like that. I think priests should be allowed to marry, and they should be allowed to pass on their estate to their kids. I mean, the Orthodox boys, they know the crack. You know what I mean? They can have 8 to 10 kids and go out and have a few pints. Like, if you're going to take advice from someone about having kids, you want to have advice from someone like who has about 8 kids and knows how to raise kids and can have a few pints as well. Maybe even give the fucking punch bag a slap afterwards. Just, you know, teach you how to do a bit of pads, man. Sean B says, would you rule out a handful of reunion gigs with the Bucks in the future, or would it be a logistical nightmare? I wouldn't rule it out. No, I wouldn't. It would be somewhat of a logistical nightmare. All we need is just someone we need a booking agent, basically, someone who just takes their cut and organizes it. And once it's organized, then long in advance and the gigs are done properly, we just go and do the gigs. Like, they'll take their cut, yeah, but someone else is doing the brokering of the venue and giving you the itinerary and everything. So I think that's the way to do it, like how we used to do it. But see, my uncle's a priest and he's mad for the pints. They're the kind of priests you want, though. Priests who are sauce maniacs. Well, not sauce maniacs, like, but somebody you can go and have the crack with and have a pint with. But I mean, there'd be a lot more people in the priesthood if priests were allowed to marry. That was only a thing because that only was brought in because the Vatican wanted to keep the presbyteries inside the church and not have them passed on to the estate of the departed priest. God gave us pints, so it's doing his bidding to down them. Yeah, the old pints, they can be very Moorish. Moorish pints. We have a little scroll through Twitter and see what's going on here. Let's have a little stream at the spicy Twitter page. Let's have a little look now. That's right. Raise your hand if you think this woman is hot and would take her to Pound Town. Michael Jackson's face put onto a woman's body. Interesting. This Ukrainian front page, I don't follow it, but it just comes up in my recommended for you. And it was only recently I realized that the for you thing is optional. And I was like, why isn't anyone I'm following coming up? But today, I also informed President Zelensky about our government's decision to prepare for F-16 fighter jets delivered to Ukraine. I mean, you know what? Like, instead of just trying to fucking broker peace, this clown here, man. Look at this. Okay, so this guy is like, oh, we found this in random a random tablet of a random teenager. Want to guess who their hero is? Taylor Swift? No, this guy. Oh, what are the odds? Do you know what I mean? It's almost like someone might have just brought their own iPad and put that on. I don't know. This guy here, he's some sort of fucking Chad Valley. Wife caught dating other guys. Caught her dating another guy. Full-blown affair. She seems sorry and wants to stay together. Anyone have a positive outcome from staying together after you caught your wife having an affair? Tough one, man. And no one did anything to stop him. Phones out, balls missing. What's going on here? A new Banksy artwork has been removed from a street in Peckham, South London, by an unknown man with bolt cutters less than half an hour after it was confirmed to be genuine.
Well, that's it.
Let's have a look at this.
Well, that's it.
Peckham. He'll make a few quid for himself. Look at that. First bit of right work he's done all year, I'd imagine. The bastard. Fucking bastard. Look at everyone just like, oh no, Banksy.
Well, that's it.
Israel have lost some sympathy for the sympathy of the international community. They will never get it back now. The world has seen too much. Gradually, international pressure will continue to increase as more and more people reject Israel and this toxic guy got. Yeah. Look at Tim Pool, Luke Wadowski. Like, look at Tim Pool's face, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, the boys are doing well. They're hanging out with Tucker, but like, you'd think he just right. He's wearing the beanie, and he's about 40 now, I'd say. And you'd think at this stage of the game, the fence sitter would he just fucking shave the hair. Do you know what I mean? No income tax, no VAT. Oh yeah, that was fucking mad. Like, were they flashbangs or the actual? I don't think they were fragmentation grenades, were they? Yeah, fucking Tim Pool. Like, he's just such a fence sitter. Do you know what I mean? It's like the left, the right, the left. It's like, I take the fucking beanie off, good lad. Take it off. Shave the fucking dome. It has to be done. Or he could just go and get hair transplants. So, like, the guy's a fucking multi-millionaire at this stage. Like, how are you fucking Nathaniel Higgerson? Hey, ha ha. I like Teddy Hoosh, lad. I'm a bit fucking tired actually from all of the driving round. So excuse me if my energy levels and crack levels are low tonight. I did start quite late as well. It was a 1 o'clock instead of 12 o'clock. So I can't be out too. I'd love to get Gerald Salente on, actually. I really would. Guy's a legend. I think they were RDG offensive grenades. What are they? I wonder. RDG 5. It's mad how much bloodshed and killing that I've witnessed this year on Twitter. I mean, it's certainly stuff that I never would have got. You know, you've got weird fuckers who just sit there watching like people dying in fucked up ways, just sitting there like this eating popcorn. I'm not that kind of person, but like shit has been coming up on my timeline, and what like there's a lot of wankers out there that really do enjoy. It's like the whole war in Ukraine thing has given people a reason to hate someone else. It's like we're allowed to hate the Russians. You know what I mean? It's like we're allowed to do that, and it was the same. There were the same kind of people who were curtain twitching and ready. There are people out there who just want an enemy because it gives them purpose, and you know, some people, they're just fucking. They've got this weird binary outlook on the world, like it's like this Marvel good versus evil kind of stuff. World is big, world is crazy, lot of stupid fuckers out in the world. Since the pandemic, people have been into Deathborn. Yeah, but you know what? The same kind of people were the ones who would have went to an execution back in the old days and you know, like cheered on someone being fucking hung, drawn, and quartered because it was like the spectacle of a Sunday. Do you know what I mean? People would just go down there and check out the execution and be like, "Boo! Take his willy off." You know, there's some. What is this, Missy? I got second go COVID right now. It's not as bad as the first time because you're only slightly dying. You want to get yourself some pine needle tea. Just go if you can find some pine trees. Take, that with grapefruit, a bit of honey, sort me out. Grapefruit, apparently, hydroxychloroquine comes from grapefruit, if I'm not mistaken. So the skin of grapefruit and some pine needle tea make you feel better. Vitamin C. Get yourself a couple of Bloody Marys as well. The time I asked my dad when the COVID thing started, I said, "What do you do if you caught it, Dad?" And he said, "Drink a bottle of fucking whiskey and fucking drown it out." Fair play to him. He's a good man. He's a good man. But I might do another one maybe on Christmas Eve, perhaps, and maybe try and come a bit more prepared for the next one. Sean, it's hard to watch clips about Gaza. Even Piers Morgan, absolute prick, is calling out the massacre. You know what they're doing, don't you? What they're doing down there, that's a land grab. They are basically destroying and demolishing with bulldozers the land. And they split Gaza into two, and they're working on the north side of it. They'll clear that, and then they'll just move into it. And that's what they'll do. Guarantee you. What's your thought on moral relativity? What does that mean exactly, Sean? Moral relativism. Elaborate on that, please. Yeah, I tell you one thing, Missy, get a good fucking touch of that. It'll be good for what ails you, even if it is COVID. Yeah, Piers Morgan, I tell you one thing, he's milked the old Gaza crisis for. He's really doing well for himself. Like that'd be a good job for me, bringing on guests. And I saw that Douglas Murray, his shekel game is strong, man. He's over there with Michael Rappaport. It's like the Israeli government have just found like some of the most shithouse fucking people imaginable, and paid them off just to be their fucking PR people. Yeah, you know, like the thing is, it's fucked up, man. It's you don't like the amount of bloodshed that's been caused, and it won't stop over the Christmas. There'll be no stopping of it. Like, certain circumstances can legitimize certain acts that would be otherwise abhorrent. Oh yeah, the NAFO clowns, moral relativism, Gaza, and all that. I had COVID 3 times, and it wasn't as bad, except when I caught it the last time. It only lasts a week. When I first got it, I had it twice, according to these tests. But then the tests, no one has the tests anymore. Have you noticed? It's like the criteria, the tests, were they trustworthy? Because the second time I had a bit of a cold. It wasn't that bad. The first time, for about 48 or about 24 hours, I had really bad pains in my legs and my hips and my back and a fever, and it was pretty much gone by the next night. But for about a week and a half afterwards, about 8:30 in the evening, I'd get this weird metallic smell in my nose, and then just fell asleep. Like we're sitting in the chair, lying on the bed on the phone. 15 minutes later, wake up. It was weird. I went to Mexico, got sunburnt to fuck, and was better after that. We went to Universal Studios, aka home of every germ known to man. So that is probably where I got it. Or look, fucking get yourself the Bloody Marys, you'd be sound. The first day I had it, I could smell this bizarre petrol meaty smell. Strange as fuck. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Yeah, it was a weird thing going on with the nose. My ex had a test, so I took it today, and it was positive. I mean, great. We have another thing. Like you got influenza, and but who knows, man? Like where do these flus come from every year? You know what I mean? Why have you got so many bio labs out there? You know. Douglas Murray is a horrible, emotionless shill. Shekels worth more than having a soul with empathy. Do you know what? He's a posh sod with plums in his mouth, both literally and figuratively. Um, he's like, look. At the end of the day, you have to look at the situation in Europe. Like, the NGOs and governments have basically they are slowly changing and rapidly changing the demographic of Europe, and it's not for the love of the people who have been basically farmed for their money, like hoteliers, prospectors, NGOs. They're using people who are often victims of globalization as pawns to destabilize the West, and that's in a nutshell. And Ireland, for some reason, has this. Like anytime you publicly have a discourse about immigration, for example, which I would call it forced mass migration because it's a con job, it's an industry. And anytime you talk about that, there's this weird fucking sacred cow attitude of, oh well, we went to London and Australia and America, yeah, but there was nothing given to free, nothing for free was given away. You know what I mean? Everyone had to fucking graft, and it's almost like they're trying to. I think they're trying to cause shite. It's a means to an end to basically cause chaos. I mean, if you cause chaos, you can capitalize on that chaos because of the chaos. If you're the one who's controlling it, then you can make money. And hey, are you circumcised? I am. And what of it? That's the fucking job, hey. Speak out about immigration and you'll be labeled right wing. Like this is such fucking bullshit, man. It's like people just they're like I have to nail my colors to one mast or the other. It's just basically it's an observation at this point that fucking direct provision centers and all this. These poor bastards are basically brought in, given 30 quid a week, and given slop in many places, and and it's fucked up, and you've got a lot of these sleeving fucking gombean bastard businessmen that will go in and they'll buy up any vacant property and then convert it into government funded accommodation, and it's like it's a fucking joke, man, the whole thing. And if you say anything about it, you're a bad bastard. And it's like I think we're getting to a stage where basically people don't care. It's like go fuck yourself. I don't care what you say anymore. And oh, that's a fucking spicy one, Sean. Great replacement is happening, and Irish people are waking up and calling out globalist trade. They are globalist traders. Peter Sutherland, Goldman Sachs and UN, Irish guy. He was the father of this in Ireland. It's Ireland's a small country. I mean, I got lambasted a couple of years ago for making a joke about it, basically enjoy immigration, but it's like drink, enjoy it responsibly. And it's like if a nation of you want to go to diverse places for the people who live there, and you kind of want to see. If you go to Peru, you want to see Peruvians. If you go to like Luxembourg, you want to see people come from Luxembourg. I don't know, like and it just becomes like everything. Like if everywhere just looks like the same, then what's the point in going anywhere new? Do you ever get tired of being referred to as Eddie Durkin, or do you just not care at this point? Ginormous fan of Howdy books, by the way. No, it's fine. Like, you know what I mean? It's like fucking Gail Tilsley from Coronation Street. People call her Gail, man, in real life. Remember, McGahern was giving you shit in your views. Yeah, man, like because like the thing is, the bourgeoisie class of Dublin who were in the comedy and TV game, you have to be like a real like. You have to be right on about everything. Everything has to go with the mandate of say the right things. hit the right notes, and then you get looked after by the establishment. And we were always anti-establishment, and you see that would have, I can understand where it was coming from, because he's like, oh, you'll fucking ruin the fucking fun time train. But it's like, because you'd be cancelled by wankers that would dogpile you. And to be fair, like, Twitter has now balanced out, where beforehand people were getting fucking censored and kicked off, and they weren't able to. I think maybe it's been allowed to like, but let this side, like, because I'm straight down the middle. I'm objective. I'm not left. I'm not right. I'm a bit of both, maybe. But I make my opinions on what information that I see. And, like, people are like, oh, I'm a socialist. I'm a communist. It's like, yeah, so you're basically, you're going off a doctrine that was pre-internet, pre-skateboards, pre-rock and roll. It's like the left and the right and all these traditional political points of view. In some ways they apply, but the world is totally different, man. We're living in totally different fucking times as well. Order out of chaos, mate. They ramped it up all over the big cough. Think the lockdowns were to prime us for the huge changes to come. Yeah, it's coming. Something's coming, and I can feel it. And then you got that film on Netflix, the one the Obamas produced, and then you got Civil War. It's like they're really doing a great job of trying to, like, foment chaos. I remember when I used to play Command and Conquer a lot, and there was, in the Tiberian Wars, there was a game or a level in it that was basically, it's kind of like Championship Manager, but for geopolitical mad shit with, like, fucking, you foment chaos in parts of the world, and if you destabilize a country, then you can get war going, and that's what they do. They have their people, their intelligence services that go to a spicy part of the world that has some sort of, like, resources. They create chaos, they create war, they send their guys in during the chaos to then mop up the assets. Thank you very much, Rachel. From Sydney. Fucking morning time there now. Good morning to you, Rachel. On Schwinford. Psycho Cat Studios. Hey, from Cork. How's things, lads? I hope you're keeping well. Good to see you from Cork, Psycho Cat Studios. Look at that cat now, and it's the same colour as the clipper board there. Hey, fucking tell you something. McGahern is milking the RTE tit, so of course he has to be far left, open border shill. Well, he's in that scene, man. For me, I'm out of the world of show business now, and I can speak freely. And it's like, it's I don't care anymore. It's like I'll get by, and I've no interest in these days about the world of show business. I mean, it's nice when you get a touch of it, and the money's good, but you're not your own person. You're being handled and managed and told what to say, and I'm like, fuck that, man. I'd rather be in obscurity and say my piece, and at least then it means a lot more. The world is big. Hey, come here. Come on. He's a good old. Oh, fuck. Electric shock from the static of the dog. Static X. Do you want to see Static X? Have a look at. Where is he now? Static X. How are you, Static X, man? Any crack with you? Static X. Static X, is that your name, yeah? Kerrang. Oh, fucking bastards attention. Look at fuck the bastards. Ultimately, I want everyone just to get along, and there's enough there for everybody. And that's not some utopian bullshit. There is numerically enough for everyone to have a good touch, but there's greedy bastards. Oh, we want all of the pie. Where's the money gone? Where has the money gone? Like, we have technology, we have logistics, we have aviation, we have instant communication, we have science and technology, and it's all being mopped up by wars and grief, and it's fucking not right, man. Look at the wankers fighting, screaming at each other on Twitter. Everyone is crying, but the bastards are laughing all the way to the bank. My hands are tied, billion shift. Yeah, I'm not gonna play that too long because it'll end up. You have a copy strike, go fuck yourself. It's Christmas time, man, and it is a time for peace and for giving and for love thy neighbor and whatnot. But unfortunately, there will be war. There will be people killing each other in fucking terrible places, and it's sad. But we've just got to do our bit to be the change we want to see in the world, and that's the way we got to do it. It must be tough being under the control of the media. Not surprised that you feel that way. I'm fucking glad to get out of it, to be honest with you. Glad to be away from it. Just always looking over your shoulder, bastards. Wasn't Tiernan himself cancelled for a wee bit? Now he's going gangbusters. Look, I think the cancel culture bullshit. It ruined comedy. Like we were like really mindful of what jokes we can and can't say. But why is comedy funny? Because it's true. Why do stereotypes exist? Because to a certain degree there is an element of truth to them. Why is something funny? Because it's true. Like truth is its own it's its own thing. It's a different frequency. We operate on truth, and that whether that be self accountability or having the courage to just point out things that are happening, like the emperor's new clothes. Everyone was saying to the king, Hans Christian Andersen's like, "Oh, look at these silks the king is wearing. They are so light, the finest silks from the Orient." And he had so many yes men around him, blowing shite, that when the con man tailor had basically convinced him he wasn't wearing any clothes, and it took the innocence of a child to point out the lunacy of the situation. And the world of polite society, it's too polite. And I think you need to have contrarians and people who are like, comedians should be doing that job. Like comedy was like, what's come out lately that's worth watching? In terms of mainstream stuff, it's fucking shit, man. Because the people with the purse strings are all singing off the same hymn sheet. That's why I mainly work with friends in the show business, can be myself and have good crack. Yeah, and you'll make good stuff from doing that. Will the Viper steal the hamper again this Christmas? I'll have a few looshners and watch the Christmas episode. Oh, that's a nice touch, Matty Coyle. Nice touch. Fucking mighty talented with the guitar, man. I'm not that fucking talented. Not that talented, but thank you. I was sure I'm all right, man. I'm fucking nearly 24 years playing, man. My hands are tied. Turning to Cliff Richard there for a moment, but truth, yeah, you got it's got to be, as Gerald Solante would say, you got to be a warrior for the Prince of Peace. It doesn't mean you're a kumbaya fucking soft shit. It just means like you got to be on the right side, man. And a lot of the time, the right side is actually the right side according to those people who are dictating the terms of what's right and wrong. It's not the right side. Some people get selected for the right side because their side doesn't affect financial, economical, or societal things. Yeah, right there. Hey, that fucking Witch King Mallory boy. Better than me, man. I went to guitar lessons once and fucking played the drums on the guitar. Well, fucking percussion, hey, percussion. I need to find the Bucks Christmas special online. It's mandatory every year. It's getting harder to find. I think it's up there on... It should be up here on YouTube, I think. If I'm not mistaken. Christmas job, is it? Well, look, we're in an hour, lads. I'll try and do one at Christmas Eve. Because I'm a bit tired tonight, to be quite honest with you. I feel like it's been quite a busy day. And, the old fucking phone bill there took the wind out my sails. The cunts. Fucking... Yeah, I'll deal with that tomorrow. But at least if the fucking money to pay for it, which is good. But listen, try and get on for Christmas Eve. I'll do that. And we'll have a bit of crack then. I'll try and find some funny stuff to watch. I always say this before every time. I almost didn't come on tonight, but I did. Adam McKenna, how are you, Adam? Take matters into your own hands without the KY jelly. People will crowdfund you. Yeah, but will they though? Do you know what I mean? It's hard to get people. Like, they would fund us if we all came together and did it, and people could see we're serious. But it would take all of us to do something, which we're going to do in April, hopefully. And then we can do a crowdfund video. We're like, look, if you want balls out, balls to the wall, Hardy Bucks. In the new age, we could do some fucking McGregor fucking funded if we could get onto him. But done good in the fighting game. I done good in the whiskey game. Did very fucking good, actually. Got myself a pub. I done very good. Love the feeling of the whiskey as it pours down my throat. Well, that's it from me, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Christmas. And hopefully I'll do one Christmas Eve and I'll have a bit more energy because I'm a bit fucking wrecked. Now. It's been a long day. Thanks for the crack, Martin. Give me a shout on WhatsApp. I got a new phone. I can't find you with the old number. I'll send it on to you over X. Good looks and charm. A cute accent. LA audience would fall in love with this kid. That's very kindly say so, Missy Love. Ayo, Michael Boyo. Fucking look. I like the look of that lad. Looks like myself at that age. Good night, God bless, Mally. Yeah, it was a shorter stream than usual. I think last week we really fucking poured quite a lot into it. It's like trying to put a swimming pool into a barrel. But yeah, I just I should have written some talking points out, but it's just been a busy day. Been decorating and doing the shopping and whatnot. But Christmas Eve we'll do a Yuletide special. So tell your friends to come along. We'll do a fucking Christmas time. You know what I'm saying? Until then, good night, God bless, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I'll talk to you Christmas Eve in the drunk tank. Good night to the lot of yous. Talk to you soon.